guys, this is Carrie at Glitzy Glam, and I have a painting project for you that I'm gonna do. So I hope you like it, and let's get started. It's a Mackenzie Child's Inspired, and I'm using these leaves that you find at Dollar Tree, but you can use any of the wood cutouts that they have at Dollar Tree. So let's get started. Let me point this down so you can see. Here's what I've done so far. And you're just going to go in every other square. Now I did mess up just now, as you can see. Okay, I will have to fix that later, but you'll get the idea. We'll start on this end. Nothing like showing you that I am definitely not perfect. But we will save that for later, because part of this video you're going to see me painting these squares in. All right. And it's definitely harder doing it on video. But we're gonna fix this, because the one thing I've learned about painting is it definitely does look better if it's not completely perfect. I mean, you don't want it to look like you didn't do it and that you just copied it off of used your printer and printed it out. It's more realistic, of course, if it actually looks hand painted. And I will admit, even though I do teach some stenciling classes, I am not typically a painter, and I know how to stencil because I learned how to stencil so that when I first got married, you know, when you're first married, you don't have a lot of money to spend. So I learned how to stencil so I could decorate my own home. I learned how to sew. I learned how to sew in high school. All right, now I am going to fix that later, but for now, what do you think? Looks pretty cute, right? And I'm going to show you what I'm going to do next in the other half of the video. I will probably fix my mistake first, and then I'll show you how I'm going to finish decorating this with paint. All right, I'll see you in just a little bit. Okay guys, I have fixed some of the spots on here that needed to be fixed. So now I'm going to stencil this initial in the middle. Again, like I said, you pounce to get off as much of the paint as possible, and then you can just go in real fast, bouncing up and down. And use a real nice color that's going to look good with this black and white motif. And that's going to cover up nicely the black on here. Now you could go in and make a nice black letter, but I find that this is going to have a lot more contrast. And you're going to make sure, like I said, you dip it in the paint and then you pounce it up and down until you get off a lot of the paint so that it doesn't run underneath the stencil. Now, if it does happen to run underneath the stencil, what you can do is you can find a paint pen, maybe in gold, silver, some color that you like that goes with this, and trace around it and fix it up, or use a very fine paintbrush. And there you go, the letter F. I don't know how well you can see that. And don't worry, if you do a project like this and you don't like it, you can always paint over it. Or this is made out of wood. You can get out an electric sander and sand it all down and start all over. Or you can just take some spray paint and repaint it completely, repaint it white, and start over. It really does look better in person than it does on the video, because in person I can see all this blue that is in here on the black, and on the video I'm not sure if you can see that real well. And then you just take a paintbrush or a paint pen and you can fix any spots that you think need to be fixed. It is probably better to wait until it is dry. But see how you can go in, you can make parts of it darker, but you have an outline from the stencil See how much better it looks? because this really did need to be a little bit bigger. And the wider so that it would show up a lot better. All right, like I said, it looks so much better in person. I'm not sure if you can really get the full effect on here, but once this dries, I'm going to also go over it with another color, so I will show you that in the next part of this video. All right, now the trick to making this look the way it should look, because the white and the black, we've painted the white and the black, we've painted the initial. The next step is to take a paintbrush. Now I didn't do it with this paintbrush. Of course you're going to take a big paintbrush. You're going to dip it in gold. And you can do this with a little bit of brown as well. But I did it with gold because the Mackenzie Child's is gold. And a little bit of water so it's thinned out. Just a touch of water though. And then I painted the whole thing over with gold. Covered everything. Everything. Of course you have to wait till it's dry. Then you cover it with the gold. Now, and then also what I did was rub it off. I rubbed the gold off, and it stayed in all the places. It just stayed in all the places it needed to stay. Now, of course, if you wipe off too much gold, put some more gold on. Do it the way you will like it. Notice now the F stands out real nice, and if you don't like that color, use a different color. But I love the way it turned out. You can also use the shoe polish that comes in the bottles, the liquid shoe polish that has the sponge. You can also use shoe polish on anything that you want to have like a little bit of an antique finish, and then rub it off. Rub it off to your desire, and it will stay in all those little bumpy places and give you that dimension that you're looking for. Any dark paint, the black might be a little more dangerous. Maybe using some gray, some brown, gold, or the shoe polish will always give it that antique finish. And then you come back with a paper towel. This is the paper towel. And then you rub it off to your desired finish. All right, guys, I hope you like this. I think it turned out really, really cute. I did make the letter a little bit bigger by using a bigger paintbrush, but I used the stencil to actually get the design I wanted, so it would be a lot easier. And I think it turned out really great. Just practice, practice, practice. That's what it takes. And with Dollar Tree items like this, it's the perfect canvas to practice on, because they're only $1. So go for it, guys. All right, I hope you enjoyed this video. Give me thumbs up, subscribe to my channel, and share it with your friends. And if you need any extra instructions, just give me a comment. Let me know what you need. Thank you for watching.